Hello, this is Clint Evans of Standout Authority. My guest today is Troy Pesola of Mobius Life. How you doing, Troy?
I'm doing well, Clint. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, man, it's great to be here. I know we're going to have an interesting talk today on how you're bringing some technology solutions that are fairly easy for people to use and to help owners of wellness businesses to grow their business and use that technology. Is that correct?
That is.
All right. Well, I guess let's start off, Troy. Tell us a little bit about your background and what you're looking to do here.
Cool. I'm I'm a techie at heart, a techie and a marketer. I've been an electrical engineer and a master's in business and ended up improving process and launching new products and growing different businesses in way too many industries. But one of the things I found is that as you work in a cubicle, often health deteriorates. And so started getting sucked into not only for my own health, but and for the health of my peers, started to get into fitness. And I run a site called Cube Dweller Fitness. And as I started building out that material, I started working with personal trainers and doctors and chiropractors and massage therapists. What I found is there's a group of small that have a tremendous ability to impact people's lives, but they're really unsure how to spread that word and how to really grow a business. And so I've been taking Mobius Life to figure out how do I take this coaching, this engineering, and this marketing background and turn it towards wellness business owners to help them really find a way to succeed and improve their impact, to help people live better lives and enjoy all the things that life throws at us.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was going to be our next point you may have covered there, talking about the client business, and I kind of wondered myself, and the person out there watching right now might be wondering, what exactly do you classify and define as a wellness business and the client focus there?
Sure. Wellness is a term that means perhaps way too many things to too many people. Um,
Yes, 10 different people get 10 different answers.
exactly, but I think there's a core to it, at least for me, and it seems to resonate as I talk with those that run these types of businesses. I resonate well with those that have spent their life's energy helping others live better. Now, you take that and apply that to a business owner. That definitely means those that are in functional medicine that don't just want to prescribe something, they want to understand the core process, the root of the symptoms, and solve the core problem in medicine. That's a subset of doctors. Not every doctor is going to fit into that category.
Yeah, most Western medicine, it's about treating the symptoms.
That's right. But there's a movement in functional medicine that's growing, and so a functional medicine doctor would fit in it when I talk about a wellness business. Chiropractors, massage therapists, gym owners, yoga trainers, all of those, again, are very focused on how do we help people in the midst of their busy life make small incremental changes so they can live better, avoid pain, and enjoy more of the things that are out there. And I think all of those would be considered a wellness business.
Okay, yeah, very cool. I'm sure there are a number of business growth areas that are just being underused. Like you talked about, these wellness owners, they're health practitioners, not business owners and people that understand the sales process and the psychology and a lot of the different things that drive their patients to even consider using that type of business. So talk a little bit about those business growth areas, clients, transaction prices, or visit frequency
Yeah.
that this type of technology can help business owners and wellness owners take advantage of.
Well, one of the things that they're seeing, kind of a driver, and I think we're going to see more and more of it, is as healthcare costs continue to rise, consumers end up in the place where they've got to start making their own decisions about which providers are going to see and where they're spending the money that they can on their healthcare. What that means is if you turn around and you look at the provider standpoint, instead of just waiting for the insurance company to send people their way, consumers now have to figure out where they're going to go. And so the authority, the reputation of doctors and trainers is becoming more and more important. so that as people look for a name, they can find out, they can determine if there's going to be a connection, a relationship, even before they go in the door. And that's where I think technology fits. It's like as we talk like this, we're
Yeah.
getting to know each other. Because people watch this video, they get to know about you and about standout authority and the things that you value. And I think the same is true for me.
Yeah.
And the way that we use webinars and videos and other technology like this is to really demystify it, because I think for many it seems complicated, but it's really been simplified through the last several years. So it's very available, and doctors can show up and be real, and not have to be overwhelmed with creating that real interface where people can learn more about them and their practice and what their unique specialty is. And I think that's one of the key benefits that I want to help them gain.
Okay. Yeah, that's outstanding. What one question that comes to mind, the big 800-pound gorilla that's still a bit of a wild card and a lot of people see as a negative.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the patient, a lot of people on the patient side, there's certainly a subgroup that it's helped a whole lot, but a lot of people on the patient side, and of course the practitioners, are seeing Obamacare as a negative. Do you see that as affecting these types of wellness practices, or are they a cash only and it probably won't affect that? Talk a little bit about the Obamacare and what you're doing with the type of business owners and wellness businesses you help.
It is a big gorilla in the marketplace, and I think it's shaking things up a lot. One of the things that I'm finding is I'm finding more doctors and more clinics are looking at that change, and they're deciding to become cash only clinics, or they're saying we aren't going to process your insurance for you. You can do that. And so it ends up being a mix of things, and time will tell where that ends up. But I think what I'm seeing on the fringe is we're seeing many practitioners make that decision that you already mentioned, that they're going cash only, and that moves them into a much more, let's say, familiar environment for people that have studied marketing.
Right.
Right? It's not, well, give me your prepay amount or your copay, and I'll bill your insurance for the rest. It's, all right, Clint,
Mm.
you're coming in. What are my payment options? How
Okay,
do I
yeah.
do
So
that, right? And so it now changes very much like a typical business, that it's cash for service.
yeah, if I'm understanding, there's two big factors. Some people are getting more into just the ease, and some of the practitioners are driving the cash-based model. But
Mhm.
also, the Obamacare is creating a lot of headaches and complexity. So, people on the patient side are looking to go for those alternative cash-based solutions. Is that the two big drivers as you see it?
Yeah, yeah. I think both sides are driving that as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the changes shake out. Do you have any final points or something that our viewer can do right away?
Yeah, I think one of the things is to look at how you can use technology to kind of not only leverage your time, build that connection with your audience, so there are more people coming in the door of your clinic or your gym or your therapy place, that they'd find you. And one of the ways to do that is through webinars. And the other way to look at that is wellness practitioners often have expertise that they don't value or they don't believe is of value. That in the midst of doing work, there are things that they could turn around and provide to their client base as another product that they could buy, that would help them understand how best to do rehabilitation, best ways to change their diet, best ways to change their posture, things like that, that could be trained through online video programs.
Oh yeah, very nice. I think some of these health practitioners are going to have to be dragged kicking and screaming, but as the technology gets easier and they understand the need for developing their own authority and credibility and having to do that marketing, which some of the health practitioners I've talked to, they see that as a dirty word, but it's gonna have to be part of it. You're not just gonna have patients coming to you, and I think what you're offering here is a great bridge to help them get to those technology solutions that can make that process easier. So
Yeah, sounds good.
great talking with you, Troy, and I guess we'll see you again next time.
Yeah, sounds great, Clint. Thank you.
All right.